Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I hope I've reached you in a positive moment. Now, I wanted to jump on here really quick, and I hope that this records because sometimes when I have it down, it doesn't recognize that I'm doing a video, and when I'm done, it'll say that nothing was recorded. So anyway, I really hope that this goes through because this is a thought that really popped in my mind and I wanted to share it. So for those of you that are joining for the first time, you know that this is an audio session. You kind of like, I don't see any video. What's going on? Well, I don't want to be a tool for your procrastination. So I upload audio sessions as video. It's just me talking. That way you can get some things done. You can think critically. You can jump off of here and put some action behind the thought. You've reached me because I work with all things business. Even if I cover some commentary in the news, whatever, I'm still going to always bring it back to business because that is my passion and my love. So, you're coming back. Welcome back. So, today, listen, it just popped in my head. Some people have big goals, 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 for those of you that can't understand my accent or whatever. Some of us have small goals. Some of us, we're blessed with many talents, and some of us may have one. Listen, it does not matter. You can learn things. You really can. So to say that this is just not my thing, I can't do this, you're right. You're right if you say you can do it, and you're right if you say you can't do it. Either way, you're right. But going forward, if you're building your business, now some of us, we kind of pop into a couple different categories. Some of us are freelance. We make money based on our skill level, and we go and we charge an amount for that skill level. Then we have some of us that are at a fixed rate of our time and money, so we get paid this certain amount to do this particular thing on these set hours. Some of us don't have set hours. Some of us do. Some of us can make more in those set hours, and some of us are confined to our set hours, however comfortable or uncomfortable. This is what we're working with and what we're dealing with. So each individual going forward will have their own thing that they're doing. I don't work with set hours. I'm a freelancer, so I work. If I don't work, I don't eat. And that's it. And when you get to that level, or if you're starting at that level, it trains you in a different way. I'm not knocking anyone that works an hourly wage. They work these hours, they get paid, they do this thing over and over, whatever. Whatever you do, you've secured yourself. You're way more secure than me, but I can make way more money than you. So there's a difference. So those of us that are freelancers, we get lazy. We do things differently, and that can be our hindrance. And then those of us that work set times, it makes us lazy as well, and that can be our hindrance. And going forward, you use each as a stepping stone. If I know I can make 3,000, 1,500, 1,000 in a week, if you make that already working this fixed schedule, you work that fixed schedule, and then when you're off, you work on your other stuff. If you're a freelancer, you make as much as you can in the time frame, and then when you're satisfied with what you made for a day or a week or whatever, that's when you work on your thing. That business that's gonna, and it's even better if you're a freelancer because you can chunk more money and more time into your thing, into your idea. When you're working on a fixed schedule, you work 8 hours, 12 hours a day, these days a week, and that's it. The time you have off is when you miss a day. You can't do this, you can't do that. So much you cannot do. And I'm not saying quit your job and start selling knives, which some people do. But I'm just saying, I'm not telling you to quit. I'm trying to just give you a contrast, compare and contrast. Going forward, you have to figure out what category you fall into, and you have to work accordingly. So if you're fixed schedule, fixed money, that's actually good, because you know exactly what you have coming in if you do said thing exactly the way it's supposed to be done. If you're a freelancer, you know that you can have $1,000 day, a $0 day, $100 day. You know that you can put in the effort, and if you make extra money, that's extra time that you have to work on said idea, said business. So think all about that. What category do you fall into? Comment below. And that's just something I wanted you to really think critically about, because you have to break up everything. You're learning business terms, financial terms. You're learning all this stuff. So you have to figure out, what time do you have to learn this? Because most of us are working and doing things and trying to survive as we're moving forward. So you may have a $100,000 idea, $1 million idea, a billion, multi-billion, generational legacy type things that you have going on. Whatever level that you're on, figure out where you're starting at. What's your starting point? And then that way you don't defeat yourself with, this is too hard. This is all helping you break down the process. You're breaking down the process. And for some of you, you may get overwhelmed because it may seem like a lot. Like, how am I going to do all of this? And there are ways. I don't want you to get discouraged. I want you to realize and recognize the reality of where you are, and then begin going forward where you want to be. Until next time, I hope everything you touch turns to gold.